Which sentence has an incorrect form of a verb? Verbs tell us a lot about when a sentence takes place. For example, I went tells us this event took place in the past, I go tells us it's happening currently, I will go happens in the future, etc. With this in mind, let's go through our choices and see if the verb tenses match up with when their sentences are taking place. A. Sentence 3. As usual, Nornor's moon-white shores are deserted, as is the prehistoric village that survives there. This sentence is written in the present tense, as the author is talking as if describing their experiences in real time. Therefore, as all of our verbs, are, is, and survives, are in the present tense, this can be marked as incorrect. B. Sentence 4. The village has grass-lined circles of stone, remnants of Iron Age huts still standing despite having been lived in more than 2,000 years ago. After continuing with the present tense, this sentence uses a tense called the perfect past participle form, but more important than knowing what it's called is knowing how it's used. We use the form having been to describe something that happened before another event in the sentence. In this case, these houses were lived in 2,000 years ago. And lived in is used in the passive form as it was the people inside the house doing the living, not the houses themselves actively living, of course. All this considered, we can see that having been lived in is the correct tense for this context, and we can mark this choice off as well. C. Sentence 5. Previously hid beneath the sands, the houses were revealed in 1962, along with more than 300 enameled Roman brooches and Gallic clay figurines, by one of the storms that sometimes blitz this distant place. Once again, we take a look at the passive form, this time with the word hid. Hid is the past tense of hide, and it's used when we're talking in an active way, something you're doing to something else, like I hid the candy. Hidden, on the other hand, is the past participle of hide. In other words, the passive form. It's used when describing something done by someone else. The candy was hidden. In our sentence, the houses were not active in hiding themselves, rather, the sands covered them up. This being the case, our sentence should read, previously hidden beneath the sands. As this sentence has an incorrect form of a verb, this is likely our answer, but we can take a look at choice D just to be sure. D. Sentence 7. Now, entrenched in island life, Brown wild swims regularly, is on the committee of the island's newly built stargazing observatory, and runs the local book club. Again, we return to the present tense with verbs like swims, is, and runs. As all is in order here, we can mark this choice as incorrect and mark choice C as our final answer.